Our work on the Carer Support Needs Assessment tool started about 10 years ago when we wanted to find out more about carers' support needs, but there seemed to be no tools suitable for everyday practice. Research tools which measured needs were far too lengthy to use, and most practitioners didn't identify carers' needs in any kind of structured way. Usually, carers' needs came to light informally, as part of the patient's assessment, or quite often during doorstep conversations. So there was a clear need for a simple tool that could be used to identify carer support needs in a more systematic way. We did this in 2 studies, working with carers themselves to identify key aspects of support they needed when caring for someone with a palliative illness. The first study was with bereaved carers, essentially a listening exercise, and from this we were able to develop a set of key areas of support for carers. You'll learn more about these in Module 1. Then, in the second study, we turned these support areas into the Carer Support Needs Assessment tool, the CSNAT, which asked carers if they need more support within each of these key areas. When we surveyed over 200 current carers using the CSNAT, it showed that all the questions were appropriate and relevant. But the tool itself is only part of the CSNAT story. To benefit carers, the CSNAT needs to be used with a person-centred approach. So practitioners have a clear understanding of what we mean by this. We've developed the CSNAT approach, in which the CSNAT, the tool itself, is incorporated into a 5-stage process of assessment and support, one that is facilitated by practitioners but led by carers themselves. In Module 2, you will learn about the CSNAT approach and have the opportunity to hear how other practitioners have used this approach in their practice. Now I'm going to hand over to Gun to explain the background to developing the online toolkit.
Hello. This online toolkit stems from our collaboration with numerous organisations over the years on the implementation of the CSNAT approach in practice. These have mainly been hospice home care services, but we've also worked with other hospice services, specialist and generalist services. From their feedback, we have gradually learned what support and resources are needed to implement this approach. We've learned that there are 2 aspects of implementation of the CSNAT approach in practice that the toolkit needs to address. Firstly, what training do individual practitioners need in order to work with the CSNAT approach and adapt it to their practice? And then what do organisations need in order to implement a change to a new way of working with carers within the organisation? Correspondingly, our toolkit now has 2 parts. Learning Unit 1, which is a training package for everyone who will be involved in using the CSNAT approach in practice, and an additional Learning Unit 2 for the team within the organisation who will lead on implementing the CSNAT approach. This covers planning, piloting, training and sustaining this change in practice from an organisation perspective. We've now put the learning units and all resources online so they can reach a far larger number of people. The units are presented in simple stages so that people can go through in their own time. We hope you find the online toolkit helpful. All the materials have been shaped by feedback from practitioners, and we share examples of their experiences with you throughout. We're also keen to hear your feedback so we can continue improving the learning units. Good luck!